It's African, yeah, 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 yeah. Look at classic on this one, yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Bless.
Hello, social media. Hello to all of you. Welcome to Lakita T. Sharp's famous exclusive inspirational channel. Welcome to one of the greatest shows in the universe. So I welcome you. Hey now. Hello to all of you. Mwah. Hi, America. Hello to all of you. Philippines, Australia, Africa, all of you everywhere. Hello to all of you. To Europe, everybody. Hello. Hello, hello. It is Tuesday. It is March 24th, and it is the year 2026. And it is 6:30 p.m. Okay, 6:30 p.m. You guys, welcome to one of the greatest shows in the universe, and welcome to Lakita T. Sharp's famous exclusive inspirational channel. Check out all of my books over at Amazon.com. There are over 100 books for you to choose from over in my name at Amazon.com. Check out my book Unstoppable. Yes, check out my memoir Unstoppable. And again, you can purchase it over at Amazon.com. If you want to help me here at the channel and support my ministry, feel free to sow your seeds, tithes, and offering, and to bless the ministry. And thank you so much. And also add your email to my website and receive the latest blogs and emails. Wow, it's already spring. It's time to update my website already. Wow, it's been 3 months. It's another quarter. Wow. Oh my gosh. So just thought about it. Well, anyway, so welcome everybody. So let's talk. Hope you guys are doing well. And I am in the Hampton Roads, seven cities in the Hampton Roads area. So hey, okay, we're gonna talk about children. We're gonna talk about children today. We're gonna talk about being a parent. Okay, if you are an overseer of a child, whether you are an auntie, a godparent, a spiritual parent, a parent full time, okay? But let's talk about kids teach you a lot about yourself. Oh my God, do they. Having children teach you a lot about yourself. You know, I am raising my nieces and nephews, and let me say, oh my God, when they call on me, I am either, it's either early in the morning, or it's something that I'm doing, or I'm in the middle of something, or it's just whatever I'm doing. And it's like, that's when they need something. When you are doing something, or at an inconvenience time, that's when kids call on you. Just when you're saving money, then all of a sudden they need something, right? Whatever the case may be, you learn a lot about yourself when you're like, wait a minute, I'm trying to get, I'm just kidding, but I'm trying to make out, with your father, with my husband, and now the kids want to come and knock on the door, or they want to do stuff or whatever, or you find out that you like your alone time a lot. You love being alone. You like your you time, right? You find out that a lot about yourself. You find out that, look, I don't feel like arguing with somebody all the time about something. You realize that, wait, I don't feel like, raising somebody and telling them what to do every 5 minutes and what they need to do. And, and you're managing them and looking out for them. You're like, look, I don't feel like doing this or whatever like that. And it's like a lot, that when it comes to raising kids, and raising children, oh my God, you find out so much about yourself, that you like peace and quietness. Or you like, you like to go on your vacations and do things without having to pay, double or triple for the kids, plus you, plus your husband, plus this, if you have a husband. And you just find out a lot about yourself when it comes to being a parent. But overall, it can be rewarding. It can be rewarding of you being the parent or the parent figure, and you are shaping and molding these people, their lives, and even your adult children, and just being that loving, showing them love, which is what they need. Even as an adult child, for me, being loved by, a parent is still a beautiful thing, no matter how old I get, and it's still showing that having that love coming from them is a good thing, but you find out a lot about yourself. You like, man, when you have kids, you got to share everything. It's just funny because one of my nieces or whatever, it's like, I'm gonna be honest with you. I like, weaves, and I like wigs and all those different things, and I love just fashion makeup and all kinds of clothes and different things or whatever like that. And it's like, okay, auntie, you might as well call me mama. Auntie, can I borrow this? Can I borrow that? May I have this? May I have that? It's like constant. Can I have this? You like, man, oh my God, can I keep my underwear? So you got to share with your kids. And if not, it's like you're kind of being selfish, right? Sometimes you find out, having been a parent, you realize, that you realize how selfish you can be, right? Or that you need to work on not being selfish, because it teaches you not to be selfish. And it teaches you that, wow, I got to think about the future, because I have these babies that's out there. I got these kids out there that may call on me for something. At any given time, you're like on call. You being a parent, you on call. There's no cutting off mama. There's no cutting off daddy. The hours are 24/7. Being a mama and a daddy for the rest of your life, you are a parent. That's why it's like you got to think before you have children, because it's a lot more than you think. People have kids and you get it. You like, it ain't no joke, is it? It's hard, isn't it? It's hard when you got to raise kids, right? But, by the grace of God, he's always there, watching over you. When you ask for help, God is there to help you with your kids, to help you, give you wisdom, to help you, provide you, and show you, to help provide the income, to bring in, to help you or whatever like that. So take advantage of your resources as well. You got resources, take advantage of it. At times I had to be on government assistance at time, and to get help with my business, and help, as I was working my way up and working my way to, better, you know what I mean? So I had help, additional help, whatever resources I had, I took advantage of it. You know what I mean? So, if you need help from whatever reason to, as you getting through and as more coming in or whatever help you need, God is always there to provide extra help, programs, whatever, to get help that you need until you are able to get more and get yourself through, So I'm here to say to you, being a parent is like, wow, you find out a lot. Having kids teach you so much about yourself. If you don't know yourself after you have a child, you should be able to know yourself like, man, this is teaching me a lot about who I am, having these kids, and it's teaching me a lot about me and what I like, when you have kids, you can't go back. You can't go back when you have kids. When those, I ain't gonna say suckers, when the babies are out, they are out. So you can't go back. Lord. So, think about it. If you want to have more kids or if you want to have kids, hey, you got to think. You got to think with here. Think with your mind. If it's already hard, don't make it harder by having more kids, because then that's going to be even more on you. So you got to be careful. Ask God to give you wisdom. Make sure you guys are being smart out there, protecting yourself. If you're going to, hopefully, if you're having sex or if you're doing things, you need to protect yourself, before and think about what you're doing. Am I prepared to have more children? Can I take care of them? Can I afford them? Because kids cost money. There's constant money. I tell you, since I've been taking care of my nieces and nephew, it feel like, man, hey, it's more of giving. It's more of a giving thing. You're giving. You're constantly giving out. Constantly. There's been days I gave that I didn't even have. And I am sacrificing for the kids. You know what I mean? So I understand having kids show you yourself. Having kids. Having kids shows you yourself. And let me say to you, my friend, that, you're going to make it through. You're going to make it through because we have a good God, and you're not alone. For I will not leave you nor forsake you. I will be there with you. Do not fear or be dismayed, because I am holding your hand with my righteous hand. So he got you every step of the way. But isn't it crazy? You like, man, I'm trying to be alone. I'm trying to have my time with my man, with my husband, and here come the kids want to knock on the door. You gotta, you like, it's a lot of interruptions, right? You trying to do your work and the kids are like everywhere. I got you. Trust me. I got a taste of it, so I understand, man. Having kids teach you a lot about yourself. And one thing is big, man, is that your personal space. You realize that your personal space is very important. Having that personal space, and you realize how much you love personal space when you have kids. That, hey, they want to be close to mommy and daddy or auntie, and want to be so close to you. And when you have pets too, even when you're a pet mom, when you are a pet mom and dad, it's like, hey, the animals want to be right underneath you. Everywhere you go, they are right glued to you. I have stepped on my cat tail so many times. I have stepped on my cat so many times. I'm surprised she's not dead. I don't sat on her. I don't have done so many things because she's right close to me. I'm like, good Lord, can give me a break, please? Give me some space. So I am here to say to you that, having kids and pets teach you a lot about yourself, but it's also a rewarding thing. When those kids, you have raised your kids, you have spent time and shaping and molding them, and they give back to you, bless you with gifts, that's exciting, right? Bless you with things and looking out for you, taking care of you and helping you, when you do this thing, everything goes well, it's a rewarding thing, okay? So I get you. I know your frustrations. Yes, you can be frustrated. Kids can frustrate you. And you're constantly having to raise your voice because either they're not listening. Yeah, that sucks when you're talking and they are not listening, and they doing whatever they got to do. So yes, that can be frustrating too. But like I said, you're not alone in the process. God is with you. Now that you have the kids, God is going to help you with the kids. Now that they're here now. What can you do about it? They're here. So do the best you can and be the best parent you can. Do the best you can. Don't beat yourself up. Do the best you can. Okay? And God will be with you, give you wisdom to work these kids. Okay? I love you. I will see you in the next video. We are the chosen ones. We do right. We live right. We make a lot of mistakes. See you later, you guys. Bye.